Welcome to Literary Lands. Welcome to Literary Lands.
As you all know, the only thing the lads love more than a good drink is a good prediction, a good little bit of scuttlebutt about what's going to happen in the next little bit of the book that we're reading, which is Court of Mist and Fury. So, overall, gentlemen, what do you think is going to be happening in the next 200 or so pages? That feels like about the amount we do. J-Bone.
Feyre getting plowed by Rhys in the Night Court.
Multiple times.
Almost immediately.
Yes.
In the next couple of pages, for sure.
Yep.
Like, I think that just has to be the
Okay,
next
but
thing.
question. Is it in a bed or is it in the air?
Not in the air,
Not right away.
not in the bed.
Oh.
I think
Wow, curveball.
I think he's gonna take Tam style up against the wall.
I think he's gonna take Tamlin.
Oh.
Make him watch.
He's going to cuff
He
Tamlin.
might do that.
More!
He might do that. I bet he's
More cucking situations.
He's gonna use his fucking mind powers to like show Tam.
Show
like,
Tam.
This is what's happening.
Jesus Christ!
James helped me with that one.
We derailed immediately.
That was me.
This is good. This is good, guys.
Next, Scott.
Who's gonna bang who? Who's banging Azrael?
I think that...
Cassian.
Ah, yeah, that's what I thought too.
Nice.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't even see that coming up.
They were the hottest ones we saw in the list of pictures, so it makes it just so much sense they're gonna bang each other.
Does Tam get with Iantha?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
1,000%.
Okay. Here's a question. Before this book ends, does Tamlin and Rhys actually get into a physical
Threesome.
altercation?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were
Or threesome.
A Rhysum.
Either. I knew I loved you.
No, I think that's a great point, Zach.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey,
About the threesome.
Back on track. I think they come to fisticuffs at some point in time here in the book. I think they're going to have to. It seems like where it's trending is that we kind of basically found out that Rhys is good. He's got the good of the realm kind of thing going on. Tam is kind of more spring court focused. He's not trying to see the big picture right now. I think what it's going to take is him getting popped in the nose, knocked on his ass a little bit, maybe by Rhys. My other prediction is honestly going to be maybe by Lucien. I got a strong Lucien prediction here. I'll be honest with you. I've been thinking about this for a while, ever since I started reading this book. I think Lucien is another for the realm kind of a guy. I think he's got this like crazy loyalty to Tam, but when push comes to shove, he's not spring court, right? Like he's autumn court. And so even though he's got shitty ass older brothers that are a bunch of dicks, I think he wants to save everybody. So I think he's gonna like betray Tam or something like that.
Wild card.
A little bit. Yeah, that's my prediction right there.
I
That's
like
also
that
how
one.
we haven't talked about Lucien enough. That's how we get him back in the
You
fold.
like that one?
That's
I like that one a lot, yeah,
That's
because
my
I love Lucian. So I think we all
That's
kind of
right.
have a soft spot for our boy, L-Dog.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think we like him.
that's what we call him
L-Dog.
in private.
During our secret
Little
filming
Luce.
sessions, when we don't show you off. So...
Just because I'm a little loose. That threw you
Is
off.
that-
Okay, I got another
Go,
one for
go.
you.
It'll come back to me.
For you.
It'll come back to me.
All right. So we just discussed is Rhys and Lucien. I mean no. Cut. One more clap.
You have to
Is
cut this.
Rhys going to fight Tamlin? We just answered that. Now, another question: is Feyre going to hook up with Rhys before this book is over?
Oh,
Dude, yeah, it's like next 15 pages.
guaranteed.
This chapter.
Next 15 pages.
This
Guaranteed.
chapter,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Because we're getting to the middle of the book. Like, the heart of the matter is going to be right there. I say that the fight happens in the last book, though. They're going to build that shit up for a long time. This is going to be a lot of maneuvering.
The war. You
Yeah,
think
dude.
the impending war. That's
That's-
third book
yeah.
stuff.
Or unless it's like they have to fight each other to decide that, oh, we have to like be total bros and team up, which would be really cool too. Because I still kind of like Tam. I'm sorry, like I still hold a soft spot for him. Like he's kind of being a like chicken shit now.
If he
but-
just grows up a little bit,
yeah, right.
be okay.
Sack up a little bit.
Okay,
and
okay.
Stop being such a plug, but he'd be all right.
Wow.
That's
James or Adam, you guys got anything?
I just caught Scott checking out the map. I was curious as to what he was looking at.
You guys have been talking about this place called Highburn, Rhys.
Make sure that things are saying are
He
real.
doesn't remember that.
Keep up with the times over here. Good drinks though.
That was close. You
James.
know what I'm saying?
James,
I
predictions?
noticed you hypothetically saying, like, if Tamlin could do this, but no, he's clearly showing us that he's a little bitch. So he's going to send Lucian to go fight Rhys.
Are James and Sam gonna fight before the end of
James,
this?
you were
And then Lucian's
better
gonna
at
go-
Tamlin before, right?
I was.
You liked Tamlin.
But
What happened?
I can't.
what happened was he didn't let
He was an ass.
Feyre do anything. Fire.
For
Sorry.
Fair.
And
Fair, right?
he's just making her be, like, cooped up all in there, and
Yeah.
that's not who he fell in love with.
A trophy wife.
He was a
So-
giant
That's right.
doucher.
Yeah.
But that's not who she is. So Lucian's gonna go to Night Court, then he's gonna befriend Rhys. Cassian's gonna die. I don't know if it's gonna be this book, because
What?
That's cool.
Rhys was talking about him being like the
Don't say
biggest, baddest
say
warrior.
that.
So I feel like he's gonna go into
Setting him
some
up.
battle and
Setting him up for
die
failure.
heroically.
Mm.
And I feel like Amren's gonna try to take power at some point.
Ooh,
Because
that's an
she's like,
interesting one.
everyone's afraid of her, so I feel like she could try to take power at some point.
Do you
That's
guys
a good
think that Feyre will return to Spraincourt in this next section we're going to be reading?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She has to go back. It's very unfinished.
Here's the thing. I think you guys were saying that she's gonna hook up with Rhys like pretty soon. I disagree. I think it will happen eventually, but I think it's gonna be drawn out. I think it's gonna be part of the conflict of the book. Is she's gonna like feel conflicted because now she's feeling these Night Court vibes, right? She's starting to feel
I like those Night Court vibes. I'll
some
tell you that
Night Court
right now.
vibes.
Between her legs. Or
But
moves.
I think it's gonna take a long time before she actually. I don't know why I'm doing this.
What you doing there?
she fists Reese.
Before she, you know,
Plows Reese. from
yes,
behind. Yeah, I got you.
better.
Hey, we don't kink shame here on this show.
We don't kink
Able,
shame.
able
Not
to
at all.
puncture some new art supplies so that she can get progression.
Scott reads my mind. He knows. But I think it's gonna be one of the central conflicts is not just Rhys versus Tamlin physically, but over Feyre. I don't think it's gonna happen soon enough because if Feyre gets with Rhys,
When? Sorry.
end of book. End of book. I'm gonna call it happens, but it's end of book.
I really want to see your guys' opinions on what James said. I think it was kind of thrown away, but like the Amren prediction, I do think
Who
that's
threw it
a
away?
that's a
We
big
threw
one.
away everything James says. So what did he say?
Aw.
I think
Kidding.
just
James, James, I love you.
You go over there.
You're second to cereal.
just the Amren storyline, like where does that end up? Because I think that James has a good point. Is that she's like locked in this for her like powerless form, even though she's apparently a fucking badass, right? But apparently she's just like almost unlimited power, kind of. They alluded to. So
Can
like,
we talk about that?
Yeah.
What is she? Did they? Because I'm
That's a
so
good question.
confused. Like
Yeah.
she's a being of herself, but like
Feyre 1.0.
what is she? Feyre 1.0? So like
That's what
stronger?
I'm thinking.
You're the only
I
one
don't know if
watch
like
Dragon Ball.
stronger.
That's true.
We can talk about Dragon Ball all
Oh, we
day.
could.
About power levels and the fact that she has not yet entered her final stage.
she's not over
Mm.
9,000.
She's
not
like
over
Super
9,000.
Saiyan 2 or something, like something lower.
She's
But-
she's like Baby Gohan, where he has no idea how powerful he gets, and he just like
Ooh.
explodes.
For
So,
our
she's gonna harness that
viewers,
shit.
for our viewers out there who don't know who Baby Gohan is, can you explain to the viewers who Baby Gogan is?
Baby Goldie.
So he's like
Yeah.
he's like this little kid that has all this unchecked power inside of him that just like gets released when he's really emotional. It's the same thing with Feyre.
Absolutely.
And so she has to learn to harness that shit. Harness energy,
yeah.
block
I
bad.
thought we were talking
Just
Amren.
like Happy
Harness.
It helps when they
Yeah.
train in the
Yes.
hyperbolic time
There's,
chamber,
there's a
obviously.
movie like that.
But
I feel like with
yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
Adam, you got any
Right?
opinions on that?
Out
Nope.
there.
I think that Feyre's gonna go back to the Spring Court, and then she's gonna be like, "God, this is so much shittier than the Night Court." Blah, blah, blah. And then she's gonna get taken back to the Night Court, but then Rhys gonna take her to like Night Court's version of like Monte Carlo, and be like, "Oh yeah, I bet you didn't know it's like this cool beach place too. Look how cool this shit is, baby." And it's like, what's the Spring Court have on that? Like, sorry, Tamlin. A, you're a shithead now. And B, you don't live in a tropical paradise that apparently is also like beautiful Vail, Colorado all the time too.
Let me ask
So-
a question.
Ask it.
It just hit me before I get sidetracked.
Before the Everthird hits, please get it out.
It came out, obviously, that
That's what she said.
Rhys is known for the shitty part of Night Court, right? That we all barren, it's mountain, under the mountain, right? The Valeris is hidden. She mentioned She didn't ask enough questions about Spring Court. Is there a part of Spring Court that's hidden that we find out about later?
We talked about this like an hour ago.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
The Red Room. Yeah, Tamlin's Red Room.
Red Room.
Yeah.
Red Room.
When did that happen?
Adam, that happened?
Crossing plots.
Exactly. None of us were present. This was all on your mind.
Okay, alright, so the new characters in the show here.
Get us back, Sam.
Jack Nicholson? This is Paul.
We've got Rhys. Here, you can go first.
What did they say?
We've got
Was
Rhys.
it accurate?
No,
Relatively.
they're wrong.
I knew it.
Yeah, continue.
So we've got Rhysand's inner circle that we get to meet. It's Rhysand, like the boy, man. Like he's a lad, right? Like there's an old episode where I said he's like total asshole, but now I'm like I'm down with him. He's cool.
Well, Lucian's in for sure.
Rhys, and then his inner circle is like Cassian, who is like the like Hulk Hogan strong guy, like
With a beer belly.
Maybe
Yeah,
according to fan art, he's just, I don't know.
He has
like
long
some
hair.
Hollywood heartthrob.
silken
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
And then the other one is the Shadow Singer,
As.
Azrael.
Yeah.
He seems dope.
He seems like badass.
And then you have Amren.
As seems he's basically a ninja, right? I mean,
Essentially,
like, yeah.
He just
Which is
morphs around the
sweet,
darkness.
so-
And you have Amren, who like we don't know the fuck it is. Like Simpsons guy over here. He's like the little guy in the mob fight. It's like you don't know what he's gonna do, but you know when he's gonna do it. It's gonna be so cool, and he's gonna do it like, when you least expect it. That's Amren. She's like this little bitty person. You don't know what's gonna happen. And then Moore again is the last person in the inner circle. His
Hot or not?
relative. She's very hot. We decided she's very hot.
Okay, good.
Thoughts on those characters?
All right,
You know,
let me ask you a question just while that's high on
ask
the
a question.
tip of the mind
Ask
right
it.
now.
Ask it. You got
You
it.
gotta shut down the other one. Let's try a different.
Yeah. No. We'll edit that out. It's okay.
So obviously the one person is bound by magic to not reveal her full powers. Which one is it? Amren?
Amren.
Right.
By the end of this book, is the spell going to be broken in order to win the war against Hybern?
I don't
Is it
know.
going to
I
be
don't
like,
know if it'll be the
hey,
end
we're
of the
back in
book.
the corner.
I
We've
like
got
that.
to unleash her, but it's going to destroy everything. We have no chance. We have no choice, damn it.
Yeah.
Unleash her.
I
Is it gonna
agree. I agree with
I
that
hope
sentiment, but I'm also with James.
I don't think it'll
I
happen
don't
by
know
the
if
end of
this
this
is book.
book.
No, I'm
But
not
I think
not,
it's
a chance.
gonna.
Not a chance.
I think it's gonna be the long play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amren's gonna be powering the entire country of Prithian for too long.
Question on that point there.
Or I don't
You-
know.
Amren puns. Is that what you're
How powerful do we think Feyre gets?
sponsored by?
That's a good one.
Oh,
Is-
I like
is-
that.
Is there anyone
Wait,
in
you
Prithian-
mean within the
Really
end of
good
this
one.
book? Like how far does she get?
Like is
Sure.
by the end of this book, is there anyone in Prithian more powerful than Feyre?
I think there might be a little bit of power struggle. I think they'll be friends, but I think they're gonna be like
Between
sort
who?
of rivals between Morrigan and Feyre eventually. Because I think Feyre is so goddamn powerful, and she will be,
A
you
little
know,
bit
like
jelly.
yeah,
Little
she'll be
jelly.
like getting down with Rhysand, and there's gonna be a power struggle there.
Here's a question: do we know how powerful the King of Hybern is?
No.
Because
I
we
do.
saw,
I
we
do,
saw,
but you guys don't.
we saw Amarantha, and I feel like we need to go to expert Scott over here, who
Yeah.
literally read the book about 30
No.
minutes ago.
Yeah, don't.
Scott,
You
you
guys talk amongst yourselves.
The
I
whole
already
thing?
know.
Scott, as
You
you
read
are tight with the surreal, I know you can't tell a lie. So can you please tell us a little bit more?
I can also just keep my big yap shut. I don't have to lie.
Still not lying.
That's a good point. I mean, honestly,
But do we know? I mean, we saw Amarantha, right? Amarantha was able to put a curse, and basically, even Rhys, right? Rhys was the most
Yeah.
powerful High Lord, and yet he was basically a plaything for her until they broke the curse. And
I
what
think there was a
understand-
word for that, right?
What is it?
Amarantha's whore.
Worth?
Would you be Amarantha's whore if you had to save your country?
Yeah, I think when we played the game of Fuck, Marry, Kill, she was fuck like every time, like because she's clearly been around the block. She knows what she's doing. It's gonna be good. So
And you'll save your country, apparently.
I don't care about that.
Good choice. Good choice. Cassian or Azrael, just to like boil it down a little bit, which one's your favorite?
As fucking shadow.
I agree.
Or
Yeah.
those two?
I think there's
Yeah,
like
that's
more.
the man.
Cassian's like like he's just a badass fighter. That's all there is to him.
Yeah.
But Azrael, there's like some intrigue. He's very.
I love the
enigmatic.
stealth shit.
Yeah.
I used to love the stealth like levels on video games. Like yeah, Azrael every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nah. Like Cass, give me the straightforward, no bullshit. Let me
That's
see who you
good.
are, full out there. Yep, I want that.
He's charging head first, whereas like flitting around on the
Right?
sidelines.
Yeah.
Who's
Okay.
your favorite?
Don't bullshit me.
I'm Cass. I like the transparency of like get in there, hammer it out.
Linebacker.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
Cass man.
All day.
As man. I'm an as man. I'll be honest, I like the wild card aspect of just not knowing the full extent of his powers.
Yeah.
I thought
Other
you were
than
on my
burnt
side.
hands.
Never.
We know his hands are burnt. That's Asriel. His hands are burnt.
Yes.
Burned hands.
From
Which,
the
hey,
troubles.
what the fuck? Also, they talked about where they put oil on him and set it on fire. Like, are fairies secretly weak to oil or some shit? Like,
They said it was
They couldn't heal it?
basically.
Wait, when was that? That was
No,
It
it was
was-
with
I think
Asriel.
it
They're
was-
talking about
I
the
think it
burns on
was-
his hands.
yeah. But it was like.
He had healing powers,
They
but
were-
basically couldn't do it fast enough.
Yeah.
Right.
They were testing like the
Oh,
limits
right.
of the healing
Yeah.
powers.
Yeah.
So,
So they put
hey,
something flammable on him to like keep him aflame.
Right.
And see how.
so if we start oiling these guys' muscles up,
Oh, yeah.
no, they're
Yes.
weak. We set them on fire. Hey, no problem with these night court
Sarah J.
guys.
Maas with the oily muscles coming in next round.
Sarah
Perfect.
J.
Corded.
Corded
You're welcome.
oily muscles.
Very wily.
So here's a
only
question.
hope they
It kind of
sew
we
them
talked
all
about
up.
it a little bit earlier, but Feyre's obviously learning to read. They wouldn't have us go through that unless it was important. You talked about JC made the connection to the book and how
Yeah.
that could play with the cauldron.
Yeah.
Do we see that coming into play within this book? Like, how is her
Yes.
reading going to help out, and how do you think it plays?
I think they basically left it off right as far as it sounds like they're basically going to go on a little adventure, try and wrap up these book pieces, see if they can snatch them up and rebuild it. And like clearly they set it up that Feyre is the one key to the whole thing, right? Like she's the unique whatever power that's actually able to do it. Nobody else is gonna be able to do what she's gonna do. So she's got to figure shit out. And I think that being able to read these weird ass texts that they go on this big adventure for is definitely going to come into play by the end of the book. Yes, I agree.
I think it's just about her independence. If she knows how to read, that's like one more thing where she doesn't have to ask Tamlin or Rhys or anyone how to do it for her, and she can make her own decisions, and she can like be a part of the court and a part of Prithian and really show her worth.
A little more respect too,
Yeah.
probably.
Carve out her own spot in
Yeah.
that court. Yeah, I like that.
As a what do they call her, a high
lady.
High lady.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which wasn't supposed to be,
That's not
but
a
it
thing.
could be.
It
Yeah.
could be. We'll find out though as we read into this book more and
Yeah.
more. Thank you very much again for joining us this time. We will continue to read this book.
Double
Get back
fish
to you
drinks.
with more facts and figures and drinks.
Does Nesta make a comeback? We didn't talk about that. Where's her family at? We don't know. We don't know.
I bet we'll find out. Thank you again for joining us.
Terrible take. Don't listen, Zach. Continue.
Time.
Bye.
Good time.